Today we will talk about two properties that we have already tokenized on our platform, from the developer, construction. And all questions will be answered by co-founder of the company, Roman Boric, the representative of the company, Roman Boric, co-founder of construction. Previously, Roman and Ivan Chamre were involved in manufacturing metal structures in Ukraine and collaborated with brands like Bulgari, Bacardi, Jameson, Jägermeister, Pardomi, Martini, Samsung, Jack Daniels. Also in Ukraine, the partners built low-rise buildings and the unsuccessful Binaryx law firm. Currently, construction has already completed 5 major projects in Bali, and now we will talk about 2 of them, Cascade and CEMAGI. We'll have a more detailed conversation together with Roman. Hi Roman, thank you for visiting us. The question we immediately ask our partners is, why Bali? So, how and when did you start your activities on the island?
We started almost 3 years ago. Before that, we were building in Ukraine. We also had furniture manufacturing, and we had plans in Bali. But when the war started, we completely moved all our assets to Bali and began actively building and engaging in development. Yes, construction activities.
How many projects do you currently have in Bali?
Right now, we have 4 projects that are fully completed, and 4 more are at different active stages of construction, and 2 more are launching in the next quarter of this year.
That's really great, and we welcome you with this. And could you please tell us a bit about the old cases, the old projects, and how they developed? How their prices increased and how they are still increasing? Are your projects in Bali?
Okay, I'll even start probably with the basic case about all the land. The first piece of land we acquired, if you compare the price, has increased by 2 to 2.5 times over the past 2 to 2.5 years. When we took 100 square meters for $500,000, the land value increased 2.5 times in the CEMAGI project, and for 500 for 1,000, and even more for $1,500. For example, the CEMAGI project increased the Earth's area by exactly 2.5 times. We even added more time to our land lease. We had a 25-year lease, and to extend it, we added more years with the current price, which has increased by 2.5 times.
How many projects have been built over the entire time?
We already have 4 projects that are fully built, 4 at different stages of construction, and we are launching 2. In the first year of 2022, we launched 5 projects. The first projects took us over a year and a half to build, but now we're completing the latest projects in less than a year. So this complex that we are currently in, here 12 villas were built in 11 months.
So you don't have any problems delivering your projects on time? And do you deliver your projects on time and well?
Yes, we are on the first project. First of all, on the fullness of our financing of our projects. This probably sets us apart from the market because we have some projects. So this is proof. We built with our own money and sold not on plan, but off plan, meaning we sold after the construction was completed, not during it. And for the first project, we didn't set any ambitious marketing deadlines. We really built it. We had internal deadlines. We wanted to build it in 15 months, but we ended up taking 19 to 20. So we understood that we build ourselves. We are our own general contractor, the main one, and we are a construction company and then a development company. So those were our internal deadlines. And now, having gone through all the circles of Indonesian construction, all this mess that's happening here, we already understand the market, and right now we are trying to indicate construction timelines as accurately as possible. We try our best to indicate construction timelines correctly.
What are yours, by the way? What are the main problems in construction?
The problems are not just with us, but with the entire Bali market. First of all, Indonesians didn't build such real estate. Never just 5 to 10 years ago. They were building with bamboo and wood. We came with European technologies. We want European quality, so we need to train. We are strict in our operational activities. We work over 12 hours every day. And we dove right down. Everyone wants to go around construction because everyone is like that. We bought the land, piled up the project. We found some Indonesian contractor and just went for it. We do things a bit differently. We looked at the market and we think, why is everything so bad here? We started step by step, grain by grain, figuring out what the problem is. We started step by step, grain by grain, figuring out what the problem is. That's why we went back to the very beginning, buying land. So we went back to the very beginning, buying land. There's the commissioning, the construction permit, and the beginning, the foundations, all the stages. We've been through it, and now we're the cool ones on the horse. We understand everything, that it's not all that simple here. We need 2 to 3 times more people than in Ukraine. Well, there's very, very strict micromanagement in Bali.
We've all heard about this. She has been living in Bali for a very long time. And yes,
those who have lived in Bali for a long time, the quality of construction here is very similar. Yeah, some viewers who haven't been or haven't dealt with construction in Indonesia, in Bali, they might really not understand. There's no understanding. I'll say more. I didn't have any understanding there. I wanted to come there like, yeah, in just 6 months, we'll have 200 people here. We'll catch up. We'll get everything done. There's no winter, just different things there. There are no layers in the construction of pies. In short, I was wrong. There's a very strong specificity here. The market, there's no winter, but right now it's the rainy season when it can just pour for a week. And construction is just halted there. Right now we have 250 people working on the construction with salaries and over 150 subcontractors. So, and can you imagine there are just 250 people? Well, about 50 of them are in our offices, back offices, and the rest, 200 people there, just standing around and can't do anything on the construction site because it's raining. Of course, we are optimizing right now, breaking down our internal work schedule into different stages so that they, where there's the zero cycle, the foundations, of course, it's raining there, we take the crews and move them to other projects where is the box already, so that they can already do the finishing touches, the interiors where it's not raining anymore. Well, those are some examples.
Tell me, please, how are you doing? You said that you were teaching the Balinese. Were you able to teach them at all?
Yeah, first of all, not just the Balinese. In general, there are 17,000 islands in Indonesia, and here we actually work on probably 4 out of 5 islands. Everyone has their own. They're like, we say, every Marvel superhero, they each have their own quirks. Someone, I don't know, with a high IQ, but doesn't like to work physically. Some, on the contrary, they say, we don't want to think, come on, we'll dig, but we dig better, that's all. And as owners, we need to understand who is who among our employees, place them correctly, and piece together this puzzle. For the team to really work, this mechanism needs to function. Bali, for example, they don't want to work too much on construction. They do a lot of smart work. Well, in the office, in the back office, the main workforce is probably the Javanese from the neighboring island of Java. Because it's video and Bob video, we talk about your question. How did we get to this? First of all, one of the KPIs for our employees is knowledge of the Indonesian language. So we have an Indonesian language teacher. All our employees within 2-3 months already have a basic understanding of the Indonesian language. Now, we want them to know, some people take a bit more time, but Indonesian is quite an easy language. And this allows us to communicate with the workers in one language, and it bears fruit in construction in that case.
Besides the great organization of construction, what other advantages do you have compared to other developers?
Okay. As I already said, the first thing we probably have is on some projects, we fully finance our projects. Some are new, large, partial, mainly financing 70% of the projects. We already have, when we just start a project, we come in with our own finances. This is the first. And the second thing that probably sets us apart from the rest of the market, as I mentioned, is that we are a construction company, not just a developer. So there are very few of those in the market. So we have our own development company, our construction company, which builds and acts as the general contractor. So we build ourselves. This is actually a very important advantage. Also, probably one of the advantages of our company is that we have a group of companies. The subject of the group is already why a group? Because there are already several companies and they cover almost the entire cycle. So we have an architectural bureau. So we design everything ourselves from the concept to the working documentation, and then it goes to the development construction company, which implements the project. We also have the largest furniture factory in Bali at the moment. We supply both our units and many other developers. It's real. We have a really cool level of furniture. To give you an idea, we can make over 100 kitchens a month. It's very big. Plus soft furniture, metal, CNC, various machines. And it all ends with the retail direction. With the retail direction, we've been working for over 10 years, sourcing from China, and we can supply almost everything. Plumbing, appliances, lighting. Why is this important in real estate in Bali? Because here, as you know, the units are built for connection. Few people understand what connection means. This is the finishing work. This is with the finishing work, with the furniture, as we say, with slippers, with bathrobes, so that a person can either move into this property and start living there, or start renting it out as an income generating property. So, and this is something that many of the initial developers probably don't understand. Whoever is there, some have a background and some don't have one at all. It's a completely different story. But whoever comes in there, I don't know, with a European or Ukrainian background, they might not fully understand it. How much needs to be covered by the end of the project?
Listen, all the other tenants, they rent the land for 25, 30 years. How are you handling this issue?
Our pool has many leasehold and freehold cases, leasehold as well as freehold. We go in, as I already mentioned, we speak Indonesian. We don't buy through agents. We find ourselves, myself, I don't know, there are great profitable offers for land. It all depends. You can calculate the math even on leasehold and freehold. You just have to look at the entry price, what you can offer on it, as they say, location and quality. I don't know the characteristics of the views and the entry prices. I don't know the infrastructure, the roads, the access, the shape of the plot. It seems to me, in my opinion, that both leasehold and freehold, we can all make good profits together. For example, the Cascade subject, it's in our freehold. We can all make good profits together on this. For example, the Cascade subject, it's in our freehold. For example, the subject of CEMAGI is in our leasehold. This is the second line from the ocean. There are a lot of apartments, but it's for 28 years. So all the math you can see in our financial model is just perfect.
What are your guarantees and insurance conditions? Insurance fully covers the unit. Do you provide any guarantees to your investors? And do you have any conditions for insurance?
At the moment, we have insurance fully covering the entire unit, 1 year. So everything there, I don't know, furniture, plumbing, and so on. And on the entire structure or the monolith comes with a lifetime warranty. So if it's leasehold, it's for 25, 30 years. And if it's freehold, it's until the end freehold.
Could you please tell me why you opened your management company? And of course, about your experience with other management companies.
Yes, actually, we had an understanding when we were building, we think, about the end. When we finish the construction, we understand that we are closing a lot of things. As I mentioned earlier, this is a group of companies. We want to close the loop. We thought from the very beginning to create our own management company, but at that time, when we were finishing our projects, we were just stretched thin as much as Van Damme, because we were launching different projects and we just didn't have time for a management company. We started looking for companies a few months ago. We held tenders for all of them. The big management companies that, you know, absolutely everyone, big and medium and even small. But the problem with some who are just entering the market, maybe even with a name, but their name was somewhere there, some backs. They have it in other countries, but as we know, everything is different here, both in construction and with management companies. Just cleaning up here is already quite a quest to clean nicely and to manage all the processes. These are buildings, repairs, and various small tasks. All the processes, these are buildings, repairs. And various small tasks. That's why we didn't trust the new companies coming in. Of those that were on the market, we chose one of them, and basically it's nothing. But we understood. I don't want to slander anyone. There were, of course, epic fails on their part, really. It was hand in hand, but let's not talk about that. We're talking about, we realized for ourselves and why we opened our own, because we pursue different interests. The interest of a management company, which is just a management company, is simply to make money, and they should be a mediator, but a proper mediator. The interest of a management company, which is just a management company, is simply to make money, and they should be a mediator, but a proper mediator. They should protect the interests, first of all, investors, and also in real estate. Optimizing costs is probably the main goal. And to take care of the small things, we have a guarantee. Some developers don't offer a guarantee. So when you have a crane pull, the management company should take care of that. And the management company usually wants to, I don't know, just offload everything. At construction, the construction company where they built the Parakotri on DWL, and I don't know, they just don't bother to optimize costs. Of course, it's easier to find a pool worker for $500 than for $300. You need to put in a bit of effort, do some practice, teach and all that. So basically no one bothered, that's why. For the investor, our financial model is really sometimes in certain months, I don't know, unoptimized cost charity, expenses, unoptimized costs, unoptimized expenses. And it was just eating up about 40-45%. And we know that with the company's percentage, it should be up to 40. And in the first months, it was, I don't know, 45 plus those percentages. So if we finish this topic, they were only making money from this. And of course, they wanted to earn more. We have another interest we earn from construction, from development, and from the service company. To close and provide service and actually give those percentages to the investors so that the investor can sit somewhere sipping their cocktail and not worry that his real estate in a normal state, it brings a decent percentage. In short, everything is great. So we can sacrifice our earnings from the management company. So we have a scenario where we in our service company can do nothing but actually provide service to the end user, the tourist, and the investor, their investment money.
Entry starts from $30, 5 minutes for registration, and you become the owner of profitable real estate on the coast. We are now about 50 meters away from the new Cascade complex.
Tell me about it, please. We are currently in the Kabakaba area. Here we are implementing 3 projects. We are developing the area here, almost 1.5 hectares of land behind us. One project resort that is being built for ourselves as a resort. It is not for sale. One is the Kabakaba Village, where we are right now. That's it. It became a reference for the subject, Cascade. Why has it stopped? Because all the units in this complex are sold. This platform, this is the layout. This interior, this unit has entered the mass market for us. We call it a mass market among ourselves in a good way, but we heard our clients, investors in this complex, and made improvements in every sense. We made it a little bigger. In the Cascade complex, there is a similar unit with 2 bedrooms, a large living room with a kitchen, but the area is slightly larger. They also did it there. The air conditioning is more thoughtfully designed, and now we have given a choice. We listen to our client about what they want. They might be a bit lighter, more girly, because this is a more refined European style. It's a bit rough around the edges, a bit of a loft style, minimalism. But some people still want a bit of boho, a bit of coziness, so we have interiors to choose from. Right now there are 3 colors: gray, classic white, and beige. So the investor can really choose in which style they want it done without any extra charges. They just pick the type of interior and we implement it for them. That's exactly the plus. The area has become a bit larger and not all the units in this complex are view units. View units. In that complex, the cascade units are all view units. And as we mentioned today, plus there is freehold land there. So we are offering a leasehold for 50 years. This is really, really cool.
This is a really cool bonus. Instead of the usual 20-25 years for land lease in Bali, you get double that. All right, can you tell me, who is the seasonal tenant?
We already have analytics. We've been renting out our units for more than 6 months, some for 7-8 months. This is usually young people from 20 plus years. Basically, we've had visitors from Japan, Australia, and China, aged 40, 45. But in general, if we take the average age, it's around 25, 35 years. Young people, some influencers, marketers, photographers, models. This is probably the main pool, but we really do have people coming in our units. Indonesians were renting to hang out. Modern people from Jakarta came, Indonesians rented, Koreans, Japanese, I mean everyone. A very wealthy and diverse crowd.
But still, I say, they are all modern young people. And can you please tell me about the infrastructure that is near your area, specifically in Kaba.
Okay. To give you some context, we are located in the Kaba area. It's a little west of Canggu. We like this area because it's a bit of a vibe. There is a vibe here. There are also specific characteristics. Balinese has such an island vibe, but everything. All the cesspools, dark common parties are within easy reach, really 15 minutes. We are in Canggu, 10-15 minutes from Chimag, Sishek. There are a lot. Everything is there, I won't tell you. Everything you want is there. And if we talk about everything that's close to us, we can mention our internal infrastructure because we are building. One of the first complexes is the resort. There is a common area with a shared pool, a bar. This is the first small one and it will be ready soon. It will be ready earlier. Then it has been built. The Cascade project will have this infrastructure built already. And also like this, a surprise for our viewers, pleasant, it's the subject of the Cascade near the river below. We will be doing an infrastructure project for more than 10 acres. Just infrastructure. This will be a spa, sauna, gym, co-working space, cafe. It's just one such infrastructure project that will be able to serve all the complexes we've already built here.
And the second complex that we are launching on our Binaryx platform is called the CEMAGI project. Rice fields, second coastline, picturesque untouched nature. That sounds really appealing. So let's find out what else is special about the complex in CEMAGI. Please take a look at the complex, the CEMAGI project.
We are currently located 60 meters from the ocean. This is the second line from the ocean. At our construction site where we are building 95 apartments, the CEMAGI project, right now we are finishing up there. Our 5 floors here. And also the -1st floor, which is rare for Bali, is an underground parking lot. Plus there are various technical rooms. Right now we can see the basement cycle, our parking. Right now they are doing the monolithic work. Behind me there's already a prepared pump standing. And today we will have a large pour of the monolithic walls, the outline of the underground parking.
We are in quite a relatively new area. How will the infrastructure issue be addressed?
This is a little bit of a stretch for understanding further west of Canggu. There's also a Balinese vibe here, and you can take a plot like we did near the ocean. That's why we are right here. There's already some initial infrastructure in place to take a plot like we did near the ocean. That's why we are right here. There is already some initial infrastructure here. So for context, 2 years ago when we started, there were actually 10 constructions here. Only 10 different buildings were being constructed. Now there are more places open today. Now some places have already opened up here, just a minute's drive from us. A big fall. The center is now opening here with new spas, but overall all the infrastructure will be located within our complex. On the first floor we have a restaurant, and on the top floor we have a pool bar with a view of the sunset. So it's a plus for the rooftop area with a view of the ocean and the sunset. We also have a spa center with a gym and a lot of public areas, including children's playgrounds in the interior.
See our unique presentations and video. From our projects, it's slightly a bit different.
You can see in our presentations, and we can add a video, and you'll see that this property is a bit different here. There we have villas. If we compare them to the Cascade, even here we have apartments. We have a lot of... Whoever says that it resonates with us in style, we mix European style with... It's with a Bolivian vibe, Balinese aesthetics. We are adding different decor and various elements to our property.
Right now, we are at the construction site. What stage is this at, and how many workers are currently here?
There, we are finishing what is called the zero cycle, which means the foundation work is completely done. We're moving on. I think in a week or two, we'll finish the outline of the monolithic underground parking, and we'll be moving on to the monolithic slab of the first floor, to the monolithic slab of the first floor. And then we push through all the floors. Just a reminder, we are finishing this project in the first quarter of 2026. Someone says it's really happening. Yes, it's real. First of all, we have experience from Bali. Secondly, we use, if you see, almost no one uses it, just a couple of developers who uses this kind of factory formwork. What it provides, one is quality and super speed. Right now we have about 60-70 people on site, and at peak stage there will be around 100. Some say that's already a lot, but someone might say the opposite, that for such a project this is probably not enough. But as I already said, if we optimize all the processes correctly, to avoid a mess, we really need this exact number of people here. Well, the view is just unreal. Everyone who's in Bali, I really urge you to come and just see this in person, because you can't convey it online. I think you'll see a little bit in the video, but being here in person is just unreal.
And the most important question is, was there any particular feature, a difference when building right by the ocean, or not?
Look, to be honest, I was really scared to build by the ocean. First of all, it's by the ocean, and secondly, it was already such a neglected area, but a rice field in the very lowland. So here, for those who know, there is a lot of rice, it loves water, there's a lot of it. There was water on the site, and as a builder, I can tell you that builders don't like it when there's too much water in the ground. Nothing good can come from that. I was really living it up. But we first did the geology. The geology showed a really great result, 2.5 to 3 meters. We have young rock here completely. And when we literally dug down a meter deep, then further, we started to see young rock. That is, all the water receded, and we are just building dry really well, completely young rock. That is, all the water receded, and we are just building on dry ground. We're building great, completely on our own. The monolithic foundation slab that they build in Europe, here, very few people use it, and it provides European quality.
Thank you very much for today's interview. Maybe you want to say something to our investors.
Buy it because you deserve it. And thank you, it was great. See you.
We revealed all the highlights about the two new projects, the Cascade project and the CEMAGI project. They talked about the founders, the company, and the experience. So, now is your chance to join our platform and invest at the most advantageous stage of construction during the development phase. Thank you for watching these videos until the end. Invest together in Binaryx and see you soon.